Hello, everybody. This is Jazz, and my first encounter when I opened up this YouTube channel, it was raining. This is Universal's Energies as One, a pathway to oneness. And I like to start off with saying hello to everybody, and I'm making sure that everybody is right minded and has a positive attitude towards uh, feeling better about themselves and who they are. The first thing I want to start off with today is this phrase that Eckhart Tolle had in one of his books, and I think it's a fantastic phrase. So here we go. I would like, I would say about 80 to 90% of people's thinking is not only receptive and useless, but because of the dysfunctional and often negative nature, much of it is also harmful. Observe your mind, and you will find this to be true. And when I look over my mind, or I'm in deep thought, or, what am I saying to myself? How dysfunctional really uh, is my thinking? And so we're going to open up a little chapter to dysfunction junction in our brain, in our whole being of who we are, because I think that is the beginning of how we feel about our own selves. See, this doesn't have to do with anything that's out there. It's not what everybody else is doing. It's what I'm doing for my personal growth, for my personal lifestyle, for my spirituality, because if I'm going to take care of myself first. In my seminars, I will always ask who is the most important person in the room. So I'm asking my crowd to say who is the most important person in the room. And if you're not all raising your hand, then we need to get some work done. Uh, dysfunctional, uh, dysfunctional communication. I mean, how are we, perceiving others? And this, to me, in my mind, is about a reflection. If I don't feel or like someone, why is that? I have to ask different questions. This is about me. And if I don't feel I like someone, then why don't I like them? Do I have those characteristics and those thoughts in my own entity of who I am? Just a couple to mention. Uh, Responding before to our feelings, uh, that explaining too soon, pretending to be stupid, uh, passing the buck. Well, it wasn't my fault, so it's got to be somebody else. Always putting the finger, out there and going, well, when you point a finger at somebody, there's three of them pointing right back at you. So what does that tell me about how I am dealing with anything that is on my mind, or how I judge people, or any of these types of things? So when I'm learning, like playing the lawyer, scolding, uh, uh, deep panning, uh, deep panning is no response. You are beneath my notice, so that's a superior thing. Is that my ego talking, or these types of things? So uh, when I mention these things, where does your mind go? Is it, if this planet is all about me and who I am, then I need to rephrase or rethink these types of things in my mind. Correct? So if I'm changing who I am, then I can absolutely change my whole being and my thought process, and it all relates around to uh, my self-image. What am I resentment for? What are my fears? What are my sexual conducts, harm I've done to others? All these types of questions, we have to start asking different questions, not the same old questions, but how we feel in our soul, in our heart space. So when we drop down to our heart space, uh, we we find a whole different thing. I mean, for years I've always said the longest foot is from where to where. It's from your head to your heart. All these years I've been thinking with my head, judging and doing all these things. But when I start talking and feeling from my heart and thinking with my heart, miraculously things change. And it's just very interesting, I mean, this is not a, snap in the bucket type like transformation, but, I have to play with it. And I don't like the word work because I don't want to work. I want to play. So with all that said, we sometimes think about where and who we are within the whole realm of this whole entire planet. But it all starts with me. The problem's in the mirror, and I know that. So I have to respect me, find my self-worth, not be judgmental. And it's just like when I am judgmental, how does that affect me? Do I have those characteristics? I believe I have said that before. So, with all that being said, what am I really truly telling myself throughout this whole course of this thing called life? Where it's all going to end up for me. Well, I want to be happy, healthy, triumphant, abundance. I want abundance in my life. And I take all these things into consideration. I don't put them up here. I put them in here in my heart space. So with that being said, all of the stuff that we are creating through law of attraction, if you know anything about that, to look some of that stuff up. I'm not the only one doing this. And if I don't resonate with you, well, then find somebody who does. I mean, I want people to be happy. And here's another little quote from Neale Donald Walsch that I think is brilliant. And this will get us started on our own journey to oneness. So we can be one with everything, because we certainly and truly are. So here it goes. Neale Donald Walsch's quote: "Our perspective creates our perception. Perception creates our belief. Belief creates our behavior. Behavior creates our experiences. Our experiences create our reality. Reality creates our perspective." So when we think about that at a deep level, how do I want to create my world? How do I want to create the peace within me, looking out and projecting it through my vibrations and my frequencies? Because that's who we are as human beings. We are all here together, working together to make this whole entire planet, universe, and cosmos, creating peace, love, and joy and abundance for everyone, for everyone's best and highest good. And with that, I'll let you go until next time. We're going to call these snippets. Woo! It's going to be great. And all my love to you and all the best to you and to your best and highest good. Thanks for listening, and until the next snippet, here we go. We're off. Thank you, everyone.